Since the Castle Crashers Painter Boss Paradise DLC is coming out soon, I thought I'd make a video going over 5 things that I hope get added to the game. And also I talked about 7 things that I'd like to be added to the game about 2 months ago in this video, so if you're curious, consider checking it out. Anyways, the first feature I think they should update is the weapon and pet orb statistics. Now I just recently learned about this, but if you pause the game and go to the information tab, you can actually check out the weapon and pet statistics. Now the feature itself is actually pretty helpful, but the Behemoth should definitely be changing the icons on the weapons and the pets, since they're the ones that were used before the remastered version, so that's why some of the weapons and pet orbs look especially off. Anyways, the next feature I think they should add to the DLC is giving the pet orbs better explanations. So in the pet nursery, if you bring your pet orb to the veterinarian, the chalkboard behind her will show what your pet's abilities are. The problem with the explanation is that it gives you super vague answers. Like for example, when you bring Snoot up to the veterinarian, the chalkboard just says that he gives you extra strength, which is okay, but I feel like it would be better if it actually said how much strength he gives, which if you didn't know is +4. The third feature that I'd like to see in the DLC is making the NPCs more useful at the start of the game. For example, you can talk to these 4 NPCs at the start of the game that teach you about certain aspects, like magic and fighting. Now the only one that's really worth talking to is the traveling salesman, since he gives you a potion after you talk to him, and I feel like it would be nice if all of the NPCs gave you something at the start of the game. Like for example, maybe the blacksmith could give you a starting weapon. I just feel like they're a little bit useless just standing there, because I feel like even new players don't really talk to them. Now the fourth feature I'd like to see in the DLC is a reward system for Back Off Barbarian. Now I know there is an achievement that you get for surviving 2.5 minutes on Back Off Barbarian, but after you complete that, there's really no point to playing it, since unlike some of the other mini games, it's not really that fun. At least in my opinion. I just think it'd be cool if you could get weapons or pet orbs from surviving a certain amount of time on there, because then people would actually have a reason to play it. And before I get into the last feature, we're getting insanely close to 30,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out a ton. Anyways, the last feature I'd like to see is a way to play as some of the bosses. For example, the Industrial Prince and the Groom. I know I said before that the Conehead should be able to unlock the Conehead Groom, but thinking back on it, I think if you beat the Groom in Insane mode, you should be able to unlock it. And the same goes for the Industrial Prince. I feel like since you're able to play as the Necromancer, you might as well be able to play as these guys, right? And those are 5 features I'd like to see in the upcoming DLC. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for this update, and I'll see you in the next one.